So I'm normally good at minding my business until somebody says some stupid shit. So let me just tell y'all what happened because I need to clear my name. Nah, but seriously. So a couple days ago, I took my mom to a doctor's appointment, and we got in, got her settled, and we went and sat in the seats along the wall. And there were two older melanin deficient men sitting like two seats down from us. And I saw them look up at us when we came in, but they didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. So we sitting there minding our business or whatever. And then all of a sudden, they feel the need to get political. Political in the way that Trump supporting Republicans get political, where they don't know anything about politics. They just racist and they hide it under the guise of talking policy that they don't understand. So he starts that shit up. He starts talking about Hunter Biden and he's a crackhead and Joe and all this shit. Democrats are fucking stupid, whatever the fuck. Far be it from me to defend any of that because I don't give a fuck what you think and you ain't talking to me. So I wasn't tripping at first, but then I had to think about it. I'm like, so you waited until we sat down to go on this little random tangent when y'all were sitting quietly chilling before all of a sudden you feel the need to get into this conversation. So my head hooks over. I'm like, watching them because I'm like, why the fuck you felt the need to say this when I walked up? And then I look back at my mom. She's already staring at me because my mama knows me. So she's giving me the, like, don't start. She gave me the look. And I'm looking at her back and I'm like, Ma. She's like, Ari. I was like, Ma. She was like, please don't. She said, don't do it. I said, Mom, but I don't have any tolerance for stupidity. She's like, yes, I know. She's like, some people are ignorant. Let them be silly. You don't always have to address it. So I'm listening to her and I'm looking at her. She's still looking at me like that. And I'm like, okay. So I exhaled, I was like, hell nah, fuck that. So I had to. Y'all couldn't do it. Because one thing I don't like is when you're simultaneously audacious and stupid. That bothers me. So I raised my voice a couple decibels and I said, what bothers me? What I've always found interesting too. And my mom's looking at me like I knew she was going to do it. I was like, when older people are stupid, I said, that bothers me because you've had your whole life to be smart. You've had your whole life to learn. You've had your whole life to get educated, but you're still old at the end of your life. And now you're dumb. Like, how does that happen? I said, especially when we're talking politics, especially when we're talking Trump supporters, because they never know anything about policy. So they'll talk about Biden, they'll talk about Biden's kid, anything not actually related to the job of being the president. They'll talk about that day and night. But as soon as you ask them about a policy, a specific policy, or to name one that they think has advanced the country, they can't tell you, even when it's by the candidate that they supposedly support. So instead of just saying, you know what, I like that man because he's white and racist like me, they say, well, I just think he's a better leader for the country. I'm doing all of this. And my mom's just sitting there like, and y'all, when I tell you it was radio fucking silence in that office, they knew I was talking about them. Ain't no way I couldn't have been. We're 2 seats apart and y'all were just having this conversation. I started immediately. So they're sitting there like, not looking at me, looking straight ahead, both of them. And y'all, the thing is, like, I know that was probably petty, but keep your political opinions to yourself, especially if you don't fucking know policy. Talk about that shit at home. Don't come out into public places thinking you're going to be inflammatory or you're going to fuck with people or pick with them because you're assuming they're a Democrat or they're whatever and thinking you're going to get away with some shit because some people not going to play with you like that. I told y'all, I don't let people play with me, even if I think you're playing, which I think they were. I'm going to shut that shit down. So that's what I did. Now, out of respect for my mom, I didn't use any profanity and I didn't make it a big deal, like a big scene. I just spoke in general, the way that they were speaking. And they got the point.